Okay, good morning everyone. So today we will going to discuss about the marketing subsystem. So from our previous lessons, we already tackled the input subsystem, the production subsystem, the processing subsystem, and today we will going to discuss about the marketing subsystem. So we only have two subsystem left, no? So before we will going to proceed with our case study. So today, let us discuss the marketing subsystem. So let's go back from our previous lesson. No? We identify or we define agribusiness marketing uh, can be viewed as a study area and as a process. No, so katong study area, like it is an applied field of microeconomics or price theory. Remember? Okay, so the centered on that operation of demand and supply concept viewed as a system comprised with various subsystems. So as a process, agribusiness marketing includes all the services involved in transferring the title or the possession of agribusiness products from the sellers to the buyers. So the services added value to a product and are generally performed to meet existing or anticipated consumer demands, diba? So, kaning nga service may involve the physical handling of the agribusiness products such as the transportation, packaging, and processing, or may not involve direct physical handling such as the advertising and the assumptions of the risk. Okay, so the price paid by the consumer thus includes the services involved in producing the product called the production services, diba? So as well as those in bringing it to the consumers, we called it the marketing services. So that will be our topic for today. So first, let us identify first the role of marketing in the economic development. So I have here six rules, no? So what to produce and how to prepare for sale. Second one is when and where to sell. Third is how much of the marketing job should be done by the farmer himself, either as an individual or as a member of a group. And what can be done to expand markets and which of many different marketing arrangements are desirable. And lastly, how can changes necessary to correct undesirable practices be secured? So, first one, uh, the role of marketing in economic development of the agribusiness sector requires a balanced improvement in the production and marketing. So it is ineffective class to improve the production side, nga imo i-neglect ang marketing side, di ba? So as the producer improvement, it should be dependent on the latter's development. So from the an effective and efficient marketing system is one that will induce the production of those products and in quantities in which when sold to consumers will result in maximum returns um, after the deduction of your sorry after the deduction of what do you call this one minimum marketing charges, no, and farm production cost. So if it should have a knowledge of marketing and its problem, of course, and because it will help farmers to make important decision, no, on the following aspect. Dili lang kay magpataka ang farmers og decide whether what will unsaon nila pag-market sa ilahang product. So the first one, no, katawang gi-mention is what to produce and how to prepare for sale. For example, some fruits and vegetables are more preferred by consumers, no? Kanang mga vegetarians, no? They prefer vegetables, of course. So some fruits and vegetables are more preferred by consumers than others. So some harvesting practices and other pre-sale services may have an effect on the value of the product. No, so you need to thoroughly what do you call this one? Identify, no? Unsa ang imong kailangan i-produce o unsaon nimo siya pag baligya, no? First one na nimo siyang i-identify. So the second one to identify is when and where to sell. Okay, so different products have different high and low periods, no? Ang uban kay seasonal lang sad siya nga mabaligya. So different products have different high and low periods of prices throughout the year. So production and storage practices may be adjusted to take advantage of this. So many alternative outlets are usually available. So knowing how to appraise the advantage class and disadvantage, excuse me, knowing how to appraise the advantages and disadvantages of each will help in selecting the one that will maximize the returns. Okay, and the third one is how much of the marketing job should be done by the farmer himself, uh, either as an individual or as a member of a group. So in many instances, transportation may either be hired class or provided by the farmer himself. No? Similarly, someone may be hired to do the selling and maybe other kanang i-hire siya for marketing task, or the farmer may perform this task himself, no? So di na lang siya mag-hire. Pwede lang siya o kaya niya. So knowledge of marketing costs and problems will help in appraising the best line of action. Okay, the fourth one is the what can be done to expand markets, no? So many proposals and I think schemes for advertising and other techniques for influencing consumers are being offered. So knowledge of the factors that influence consumers and their behavior can help determine which of the several proposals for action might be most effective. No? So from what to produce and how to prepare to sell, then we will go to when and where to sell, and how much of the marketing job should be done by the farmer himself, either as an individual or as a member of a group, and what can be done to expand the markets. And the fifth one is which of many different marketing arrangements are desirable. So, karon, increasingly, farmers are being offered different methods, no, of selling their products. So, example, if we have this contract growing, we also have this contract marketing arrangements. No? Arrangement or strategy na pwedeng i-implement or pwedeng gamitin sa usa ka farmer. And lastly, how can changes necessary to correct undesirable practices be secured? So there are new laws and various market programs nga gi-propose and gi-implement sa government just to improve the marketing system, no? So the government intervention may be desirable in some cases. So this is just a quick review for you about the role of marketing in our economic development. Okay. So also, On the part of middlemen and consumers, the marketing system performs the following functions. So the first one is to provide intermediaries and outlet for agricultural products. Second one is you need to distribute goods and services, no? So asa man nato siya i-distribute? Of course, ato na siya i-distribute ngadto sa consumers, no? So you need to distribute goods and services to consumers in the desired forms and condition, and delivers them at price consumers are willing and able to pay. Of course, no, dili kay maghatag ka og product nya ang usa ka consumer is not unable to pay, no? So it should be deliver at price consumers that are willing and able to pay. And it provides employment for middlemen and products as well as responsible for making the farmer's products available to you to the user at the right place, time, and form. So what do you mean by this one? So the kanamagong flow sa subsystem class, it facilitates your product, your financial aspect, and of course your information flow. So information to be relayed usually consists of your production trends, your demand trends, of course, your grading, standardization, your prices. So this functional subsystem, and the other hand, consists of your marketing functions or services related to the creation of place, time, and form of utilities that involves assembly, concentration, and dispersion activities. So at the other end of the system is the consumer subsystem, no? Pero dili na ta mo tackle ani, no? So nga to lang i-touch is after aning marketing is your um, support subsystem and your ito yung last na to na subsystem. Your yes, your consumer, your end consumer subsystem, pero kung ano man siya, very obvious na siya nga topic. Hindi siya tantong broad kaayo, so tama lang ta sa support subsystem. So I will introduce to you kanang consumer subsystem refers to the final repository of products produced by farmers. So kaning subsystem nag-interact na siya with other interdependent agencies, with each other and within the environment they operate. So their environmental subsystem, which facilitates market performance, encompasses four other areas or factors that affect the entire marketing system. No? So we have the climatic, we have the physical, we have the socio-cultural, we have the economic or the technical, and your legal and political factors. Okay. So here you can see we have three approaches to the study of marketing. First one is your commodity approach. Second one is your institutional approach, and the functional approach. So your commodity approach, it's a product oriented. So unsa may pasabot day ni class. So it is product oriented because it covers kanang the characteristics of the product, the consumer's behavior, and preferences in relation to a specific commodity. So it's either fresh commodity or a processed commodity. And also, it covers your supply and demand situation and your price analysis. So your trend on prices at the farm, your wholesale, or your retail prices, no? So in our commodity approach, makita ninyo we have two types there, your product type and your product characteristics. So ang kanang mga product type class, mo na siya mga exportables nga mga commodities or your import substitutes, no? So may mga example na ng mga exportables kanang fresh and dried tropical fruits. So is an example. Your purees and juice concentrates, your aquamarine products, no? Pwede na to siyang i-export. Your leather and leather goods, your shell crafts, no? And your import substitutes naman kanang mga food grains, 'di ba? Usually ga import po tag mga grains, your feed ingredients and animal health products, no? So kato atong gi-discuss sa ato ang processing. Sa atong input subsystem, 'di ba? Katong the input factor sa ato ang major input factors sa ato ang um, livestock, poultry, sa atong crop, no? We have this feed ingredients and animal health products. We have this uh, biofertilizers. We have these essential oils. We have this canned goods products, no? Okay, so that is our commodity approach. Again, it is a product oriented. It covers the characteristics of the products, consumers' behavior, and preferences in relation to a specific commodity. Okay, so the second one is your institutional approach. So, unsa din ang institutional approach? No, dira makita ninyo, we have four approaches under your institutional approach. We have the farm input production and distribution. We have your primary production, your processing of farm products, and your agri-related services. So, katong farm inputs, usually um, siya. Your institutional approach manggod kay ga-deal siya uh, with your industry players. So, sa mga players sa industry, of course, your producers, your processors, or manufacturers are the key players or sa inyong industry. We have the traders, cooperatives, the government agencies, and their arrangement and organizations sa ato ang marketing system. No? So, it may operate in individual proprietors, katong forms of organizations nato, individual proprietors, partnerships, cooperatives, and non-cooperative associations. So, participants aning enterprise level, matang giingon ninyo na we can group it into four: your farm input production and distribution, your primary production, your processing of farm products, and your agri-related services. So here, so farm input production and distribution, we have your breeding stock and fatteners. We can classify also your seeds and seedlings, and there's a farm input production and distribution, your pesticides and pest control, no? Etc. Also, pwede na ito mubutang ito si animal health and veterinary products, no? So, the second one is your primary production. So, katong si crop farming, si livestock farming, si aquamarine farming, si tree farming, no? So, mani ang ato ang primary production. Then, your processing of farm products, no? So, if process nimo by sa nagkalain-lain nga pag-process, no? We have the meat processing, no? For the fruit and vegetable processing, no? We have the aquamarine processing, the milling. So these are different kinds of processing sa ato ang farm products. And your agri-related services. So there is a natural and artificial and insemination nga pwedeng gamiton nato sa pag-process sa usa ka product. Nabilang po diri si financing or your financial institutions, no? Si raw material sourcing. So, dira na to ibutang sa agri-related services. Your trade, investment, and business information. This is our agri-related services. Your technology commercialization. Mabilang po na siya sa agri-related services. Okay? So, the third one, na ikatulo, is your functional approach. So, your functional approach, kita mo. And so here, Your functional approach, so it classifies the activities that occur in the marketing process according to the function. So, si functional approach mong kay nag-indicate siya nga ang marketing function should perform in a marketing or accomplishing process, no? So, ga-determine siya sa economics of processing. And we have different kinds of functions, no? We have the grading, standardization, packaging, transportation, no? Pesa ka na pag-transport, pag-loading o unloading sa usa ka commodity, your storage, and your processing, no? So, the functional approach also facilitates related services, no? Your transport, storage, and communication facilities. Um, it facilitates also product handling and distributing services and your support institutions. So, belong na nato sa functional approach. Okay? We have three approaches sa atong marketing, no? Your commodity approach, your institutional approach, and your functional approach. Okay, so let's go to your marketing concept. This is just um, mga simple terms lang ni siya sa marketing. So we have the marketing concept. So the following, this one, the following are some concepts to understand more the essence of the marketing. So this includes a muhang market here, then your market demand, market selling. Okay, you have your societal marketing, your marketing mix sa atong next slide, your strategic business unit, your product life cycle na po sa next slide, and also your competitive strategies, market segmentations, and total quality management kani. Okay, so let us define what is the marketing. So it is a social, and here, this one, let us define the market first. The marketing. This one. So it is a social and managerial process by which individuals and groups obtain what they need and want through creating or offering and exchanging products of value with the others, no? So this is the marketing, or simply we can define marketing as a social and a managerial process. And market, sa man si market, gitanggalan na og ing, no? But here, market consists of all the potential consumers, no? Sharing, of course, a particular need or want. Okay? It consists of all the potential consumers or customers sharing a particular need or want who might be willing and able to engage in exchange to satisfy need or wants. Okay, and then you're selling. If left alone, consumers will ordinarily not buy enough of the organization's product, no? So therefore undertake an aggressive selling and promotion effort, no? Kaya pareha naman yung data, kasi online selling pa na or physical selling, di ba? We will kanang maningkamot manggita, no? Bisan sa nag-strategy atong pamuhaton just to sell our commodities, no? So nayuban ka na sa mga ukay-ukay, dili lang ganan sila mag-post, no? Gipang live selling na ang uban. Napay mga promotion standards na ginabuhat sa mga business para lang makabaligya og product. And then your societal marketing. So here you determine the demand of your target market. So what do you mean by this one? So the organization's task is to determine the demand of target markets and to deliver the desired satisfaction more effectively and efficiently. Again, you should deliver the desired satisfaction more effectively and efficiently than competitors in a way that um, preserves or enhances the consumers and society's well-being. Okay, so you are referring this to your society marketing. And your total quality management, it's an organization-wide approach. So um, it can be defined also, but it's an organization-wide approach to continuously improving the quality of all organizations, processes, products, and your services. And then your strategic business unit naman, it is a single business or a collection of related businesses that can be planned separately from the rest of the company. Okay, so these are just definitions of your marketing concepts, no? Also, your marketing channel, kani imong marketing channel, uh, it identify the key players and stakeholders in a particular commodity marketing system. So, nari, ga-trace niya ang flow sa commodity. Of course, mag-start siya sa katong growers to the different intermediaries until it finally reaches the consumers. Okay. And our marketing mix. So, many marketing mix it uses to pursue its marketing objectives, no? From the term marketing objective. So, it means it is the set of marketing tools that the firm uses to pursue its marketing objectives in the target market. Example, natong 4Ps, your product, price, place, promotion. No? Always take note of this 4Ps ato ang marketing mix. Product, price, place, promotion. So, yeah. On the other hand naman na a 4Cs pod katong si customer needs and wants sa under na siya sa characteristic ni product. So si product here. So and characteristic is customer needs and wants. Si price, cost to the customer. Si place is if it's convenient or not. And si promotion for communications. No? 4Ps, product, price, place, promotion. 4Cs, customer needs and wants, cost to the customer, convenience, and communication. So again, marketing mix is the set of your marketing tools that the firm uses to pursue its marketing objectives in the target market. Okay, so uh, again, we will going to define the market segmentation, your product life cycle, and your competitive strategy. So, someone is the market segmentation. So, the process of subdividing the market into segments. No, so process of subdividing the market into segments so that companies can create more fine-tuned product service offer and price it appropriately for the target market. And your product life cycle, it's the stages of product life in the market, no? So we have the stages sa ato ang product life cycle, di ba? Mag-start man na siya sa introduction and then your growth, di ba? And then mature and then ma-decline. So, mo na ang process atong product life cycle. So, introduction, kaning introduction, a period of slow sales growth as the product is introduced in the market, no? So ang profits are non-existent, no, in this stage because of the um dako pa kaayo nga expenses incurred with product introduction. So diha pa man gina mag-start from the beginning. So slow pa ang sales growth ana kay the product is just na-introduce pa man siya sa market, then the profit in this stage is non-existent kay napamatay mga expenses nga gi-incurred, no, with the product introductions. Dako pa kay taog gigasto. And then your growth. After introduction, your growth. So a period here of rapid market acceptance and substantial profit improvement. So nagtikahinay na siya og halin. So there's a market acceptance na ani nga stage. And then your maturity, it's a period of slowdown in sales growth because the product has achieved acceptance of most potential buyers. So, na naka sa peak point, no? So, daghan na kaayo ka og profit, daghan na kaayo ka og nabalikya, your profit stabilized in this stage, and it's because of your increase in your um, marketing outlays to defend the product position. And then, mo decline siya, kaning decline stage, the period when sales show a downward shift and profits erode. So, from introduction, saka siya sa growth, and then sa maturity, and then any decline. So this is your product life cycle. And then go back to your introduction again, and then growth, and then maturity, and decline. So balik-balik ka na ang cycle. Okay, and then your competitive strategies. So here, efforts undertaken by competitors in the market to defend or prolong their position. So you have to come up with a lot of strategies para ang imuhang product or commodity is magdugay siya sa atuang market. Okay? And last one, these are your what do you call this one? Your the samples of your competitive strategies. So we have here, if your competitor are the market leaders, if your competitor are the market challengers or market followers and market nichers, so these are the strategies na imuhang gamiton. No? So if it's a market leaders, we have 4 strategies na pwede nimong gamiton. Your position defense, your flank defense, your preemptive defense, your mobile defense, and contraction defense. So, sa mga position defense DI. So, this one is you are building impregnable, call this one, fortification around one territory, no? Sumura taog, nagduwa ani. So your second defense is your flank defense. It's like you're erecting outposts to protect a weak front or possibly serve as an invasion base for counter-attacking. And then your preemptive defense, it launch an attack on the enemy before the enemy starts its offense against the leader. Then your mobile defense, the leader stretches domain over new territories center for your offense. And your contraction defense naman is it's your strategic withdrawal. So not to abandon the market but give up weaker territories and reassigning resources to stronger territories. And then your market challengers and followers, no? So nara diri sa kilid ang mga strategies na ilahang panggimiton. So sa market challengers, uh, frontal attack, flank attack, encirclement attack, bypass, and guerrilla attack. So si frontal attack, this attack ang opponent's strength, no? Ang iyang i-focus ani is the opponent's strength rather than its weakness. Si flank attack naman is the opposite of your frontal, no? Kaya ang iyang gi-focus ani is the opponent's weakness. Si frontal, ang opponent's strength, no? Tapos ang pangtulo is your encirclement attack. So it's an attempt to capture a wide slice of the enemy's territory through a comprehensive blitz attack. And then your bypass is a bypassing the enemy and attacking easier markets to broaden one's resource base. And your guerrilla attack, it consists of waging small intermittent attacks on an opponent's different territories. Okay, then say market followers, cloner, imitator, adapter, then see market niches, your end user specialist, okay, a vertical level specialist, we have your customer size specialist, geographic specialist, and your product specialist. So these are just few strategies na gagamit sa mga competitive strategies na ginagamit sa market. So, na siya corresponding strategy sa kada competitors. So, di lang ta mag go deeper ani kay I will just going to introduce this one to you kay mapuntan tong maugid ang points sa marketing, no? So, okay, so that would be the agribusiness marketing system. Gamay lang siya. Unlike your input, unlike your production and your processing subsystems, no? So here, so again, your agribusiness marketing can be viewed as a study area and as a process, no? Anong gitawag man siya og study area kay naaman siya application sa microeconomics or your price theory that's centered on the operation of your demand and supply concept. So it is viewed as a system comprised with various subsystems. So as a process also, kay agribusiness marketing includes all the services involved in transferring the title or possession of agribusiness products from the sellers to the buyers. So services add value to a product and are generally performed to meet existing or anticipated consumer demand. So these services class may involve the physical handling of the agribusiness products such as your transportation, your packaging, and your processing, or may not involve direct physical handling such as your advertising and the assumption of the risk. So that would be end of our marketing subsystem.